There we go. We are live here on Facebook. It is almost 11 a.m. here Pacific time, and it should be 2 p.m. on the East Coast. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your first day back out after the holidays. This video is going to be saved and put on our blog post. So we are recording today, January of 2017. And let me pop this open here so that I can see you guys posting your comments and questions as well. And let me know in the comment bars there that you're here and that you can hear and see me, because today's a very important conversation. I'm going to do a little free training with you guys on real estate reviews. Okay, so let me know that you're there. I can see that Sabrina just logged in. Thank you, Sabrina. Sabrina might put in some links and comments as we talk if there's anything that's appropriate. And you guys can't see me, but I'm sporting my first LuLaRoe dress. I cannot pronounce LuLaRoe. I don't know what it is about that. Anyway, all right, so we've got Barbara Foy is on the call here, on the video. All right, keep commenting. I won't be able to see the real-time stuff. I see Belinda Thompson up there. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Dan. All right, so as you guys are logging in here, here's what we're going to talk about. Real estate reviews, okay? Here's the first thing I want to ask you guys. Type into the comment bar there. Where are you putting your real estate reviews? Are you using Zillow? Are you using Yelp? Are you using Facebook? What is it that you guys are using? I'm looking at your answers. Hi, Mike. Hi, Dan. Another Dan. I think that's Dan 2 or 3 there. What are you guys using? Zillow, Yelp, Angie's List, Trulia, Facebook, Google+. I just ran off several options there. Okay, Juanita's using Zillow. All right. Mona says Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, and Facebook. Romy says she's using Zillow. Okay, so somebody just put, okay, Zillow. Christy's using Zillow. Johnny's using Zillow. All right, so here's my opinion on this. What I do know, I definitely specialize in search engine optimization. So that is what I do. Social strategies, all digital marketing, definitely a special focus on search engine optimization. What I know is in 2017, your reviews now play a very high role in search engine optimization. Now, reviews have always been important, but they've never been part of the Google algorithm, for crying out loud. Well, we saw them appear last year, but they're really moving ahead in 2017. So reviews are going to be important for your search engines. They're going to be important for credibility, authority. Look what's happening on social media, right? Now, instead of just going to the search engines and typing in, I need a real estate agent, or hey, I need a plumber or a roofer, help me find a roofer, or whatever on Google. Where are they going now? They're going to Facebook, and they're typing into Facebook, who do you know? And now Facebook has figured out that this is so prevalent that they've now created a large box, and they're playing with it. I'm seeing it change. It was a round circle at first. Now we're seeing some colors and some larger print and some boxes. Facebook has figured out that people want referrals. They want to do business with people they know or think they know, or they want to do business with people that know the people they know, right? Because they figure it's going to be a much more trusted source if it's coming from somebody that they know and trust. Well, based on all of this, the algorithms, or Google algorithms, saying, hey, you know what? We believe the same thing. If somebody is racking up the reviews, if people are out there talking about somebody, we should rank them higher on the search engines. Now, this is going to be especially true on the local pack. So if you haven't done this already, I've been talking about SEO already this year. Gosh, what is it, day 3 of the year? I've already put out several videos in the last couple weeks on search engine optimization. I posted a blog post on LoriBallen.com all about local SEO and where you want to go get your local citations and have these websites referring back to you for local SEO. Because when somebody types in a search on the search engines, there's something called a local pack. It doesn't always appear, but when it does, Google shows several local listings in that box and then refers to their reviews, okay? And it's more likely that the person that has the more reviews is going to rank better in this local pack as well. And guys, as I have said before in the last several videos, this is how we beat Zillow. This is how we earn back some of our own leads, is by being the local specialist, okay? So these reviews also tie into that local that I'm going to be talking a lot about this year. When I travel and teach and train, really going to hit home with that local SEO because it's so powerful for you, okay? So let's talk about where we can get our reviews. My suggestion is going to be that you choose one primary place where you want to gather all your reviews, okay? Earlier today I did a little coming up video announcement for this particular video, and in the comment, in the post itself, I put a link to my marketing company review site so that you can see how this works as an example. I would love it after this video, and I'll put it in this video too, if you will click over to my Ballen Brands Facebook page, and when you leave us a 5-star review, you let everybody know why you're leaving it for us. Are you enjoying our videos? Are you enjoying our training? Are you enjoying the free lessons? Are you a member of the Ballen Academy doing the Ballen method with us? Are you attending live classes? Anything that you can, go in and leave us a review, because it helps. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising. Okay, guys, that was a real deal example. What I just did was a real deal example of exactly the conversations that we need to be having with our customers, okay? So we pick one primary location. Now, I think it's fine to have a list of 3, 4, 5, but we have to have one be our attempt to have the most gatherings so that they add up for us. I will say this, that I do believe Zillow is an appropriate place to have real estate reviews because we're real estate agents. So Google is going to make the connection between a real estate platform where people are leaving us reviews and us being the real estate specialist. So I think that's very appropriate. I'm starting to lean a little more towards Yelp recently. I'm starting to move into that. So we got our Ballen Brands Yelp site set up and are pushing reviews over there now. And Facebook is our other primary one. Okay, so I would say right now for Ballen Brands, Facebook is our #1. And then next to that, we have Yelp. Google Plus, I would love if everybody would use Google Plus, but they don't. And in my experience, people find it harder to use. And I want them to have a quality user experience, and I want it to be a no-brainer for them. I want it to be easy for them, okay? The bad news about Zillow and Yelp is how much they control the reviews, right? I had somebody the other day leave me a fantastic review on Yelp. It was completely legit. I mean, it was a real review. This was a real customer, and they took it down for absolutely no reason. The person did not post it from my IP address or anything like that. It was unsolicited. I have no idea why they did that. So that's the bad news with reviews, is we're at the mercy of these companies. But here's something I want you to know. This is really important. Google can actually now hear your brand mentioned in a Facebook post, in a tweet, in a pin, in a Snapchat, in an Instagram, right? Google can now read all of this. So it's not only the reviews that you are gathering on these specific platforms, it's the conversation about your brand. So if people are saying good things about you out there, you're likely to receive some ranking benefit, even if it's not put on a particular platform with a certain number of stars, okay? Now, I think the more we can bring these reviews over to our own websites, the more we're going to benefit from the SEO, the more we're going to benefit from the trust and the authority. So I think it's a benefit. So there are plugins and there is software. I'm playing with some of it. We tested some last year and we weren't happy with any of them. The plugins and the special tools to gather reviews. We tested one we were super excited about, but at $100 a month, it was a pretty hefty monthly expense, and we weren't seeing the response that we were hoping for from the customer. So we're going to look at some more of those. I know there are some that you guys will mention in this post, and you're more than welcome. If there's something that you use, that you swear by, that you just love, go ahead and throw it into the comment bar and everybody can look at it and try it out. I do think we need something, and I got to tell you, I have half a mind. No, I have a full mind, but I have an idea to create my own, because I know what I want it to do. And if I can get my developers and programmers on board with it, I may create something this year. But what we need to be working on is, even if we don't have the automation process, we need to be setting up a plan for it. Okay, so here are some suggestions. First of all, before I forget, and there may not be a second of all, so my sister always teases me because I always say first of all and I forget the second of all. So listings to leads. If you guys are using listings to leads, and that's one of the tools, one of my favorite tools that I use for listing marketing, home valuation pages. I ran a Facebook ad the other day, and I forget the exact numbers, but it was like 32 leads over the holiday weekend. I spent $80, and so it was a couple bucks a lead, and it was 8 cents a click. And it was a listing that I marketed using the listings to leads tool. And then the listing landing page was the page that I sent them to. And Facebook gave us a 10 relevance score. And if you know anything about relevance score, which we'll go into some more videos on Facebook ads later, the better your relevance score, the more likely you are to pay less per click and get it's more competitive, so you're going to beat out the competitors. So you want that relevance score to be high. So what that means is Google really felt that my ad matched my audience, matched my landing page, provided a quality user experience, and that was through listings to leads. Well, I was playing with it the other day, and I haven't incorporated it yet because my real estate model is a little bit different than a lot of yours. But Zillow, with listings to leads, there is you can pull in your Zillow reviews, okay? So my suggestion is, if you're choosing Zillow as your primary source, or one of your sources, and you've got a decent amount of reviews on it, well, if you have 3, whatever you have, start pulling them into those tools so that those reviews start showing up, because the more that's out there on the web, the more Google's going to pick that up as well. The more the search engines are going to pick it up. So if you've got the ability to pull those in like you can with listings to leads, go ahead and do so wherever that's possible, okay? Plugins on your WordPress website, that type of thing. All right, so here's the plan on how to get reviews. I'll be really honest, I think it's really, really tough. And it requires an intense focus and a plan on how you're going to get these reviews, okay? I just sent a message this morning to somebody that's doing some big business in real estate, and I asked her if I could interview her hopefully next month, because she's one of the top Zillow review earners, and I want her to tell us all of her secrets. So we'll see if she responds to me and if I can get her on here. I'm also going to go over to Zillow and to Yelp and to Facebook, and I'm going to do a little digging and see who I can find in our industry that's the top of the top for getting reviews, and we'll interview them and have them pop on and see what they can tell us as well, okay? But let me share some of the things that worked for me. In my previous life, I owned a big catering and entertainment company. And back then, we didn't call them reviews, we called them testimonials. And I was incredible at getting testimonials. And it was, the reason why it was so, well, it wasn't easy. It was a strategy. It was part of our process. So here's how it works. This is what we also then started incorporating in 2010 when we joined Keller Williams. You start asking for reviews from the beginning, not from the end, not at the end, okay? So here's, and I've got some new automation I'll be rolling out this year through my Infusionsoft campaign. I'm happy to share with you guys. My model's a little bit different in that I do have a real estate business here in Las Vegas, but I spend all of my time in lead generation. So that's my job. I'm there to generate leads all day long and cultivate leads, obviously text and things like that. Once I have that lead, and this includes an inbound referral, whether it's a referral from an agent, sphere of influence, lead I generated from the web, Facebook ad, Google pay-per-click, all that stuff, I do it all. When that lead comes in and they're at the point where they say, I'm ready to speak with a real estate agent, and I've got a timeline of when they're going to buy, hopefully, hopefully there's a screening process wherever there can be, then I hand them off to a local agent that I have partnered with here that's a specialist in a particular niche or a particular geographic area, they work with the client to close. So I'm doing that front end of lead gen and they're taking it to close. So technically the way my paperwork works, the production goes in their name. Oh, that's so painful. And the client technically is theirs, even though we have an agreement that I can still market to them. So I'm going to do a couple different things this year in order to try to bring in more of those reviews with those contacts. But I'm doing mine through Infusionsoft, okay? And the idea is to have this automated. If you have to think about it, it often doesn't get done. And if you wait till the end, it's really hard. And the worst time to ask for a review is after it's closed. Because what happens? The buyer got their keys, the seller got their money, you know, they're moving on. I'll tell you what, when people, everybody who knows me knows I'm an Amazon.com junkie, okay? I just love the convenience of having things show up at my front door, whether it's toiletries or food or bottled water or whatever it is, things for my daughter. We just tend to have things ordered and they show up on the door. It's a beautiful thing. I absolutely love it. Free shipping, it's excellent. The worst thing those people do is they ask me for a review too long after that I actually got the product. But then the best thing Amazon does, the other day they did it, they actually sent me, and I don't know if this is new, but I thought it was genius. They sent me a list of items that I bought from Amazon recently. And it was, all they said is, please leave us a review right here. I didn't have to log in. I didn't have to think about anything. And all the products were on one page. And it had the stars. So I was able to just go boop, 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 and leave my reviews. And I was done. And I actually did it. Well, let's think about, why did I do it? Why don't I do it every time I get a one-off review request? And why did I do it this time? Well, because it was convenient. It was effective. I felt like I was contributing because now I've got 5 items on the page that I can leave reviews for. I never had to even leave that page. That's what I would love to see us get to, where they don't actually have to log in and go to these other sites and somehow we can still get the reviews to stick. Because the convenience of that is the reason why I was able to do that, okay? So here's what we like to do. Right out of the gate, and this is what I did like about Real Satisfied. Real Satisfied is a software that collects reviews and testimonials. I was using it for a while, and I was using it for surveys, and I really loved it for surveys, but I never really tested it to see how it works with feeding to the other channels the actual reviews. So I may poke around with it and play with it again to see how it works. I did like how it worked with surveys. But what it does is it starts contacting you from the beginning. This is what I want to see us all doing. As soon as we have that customer, we got to set this up and say, hey, oh, by the way, how did you hear about us? Oh, you heard about us on Zillow. Oh, you heard about us on Trello. Or you heard, Trulia, you heard about us from a friend. You heard, okay, great. Word of mouth is our top advertising. And as you saw with those Zillow reviews, that's one of the reasons you guys chose us. It's really important that some point during this transaction, when we've provided exemplary service, that you go ahead and leave us a review, and you don't have to wait till the end. You can do it at any time. So what we're going to go ahead and do is when we send you an email, maybe that lets you know where we're at in the process, or suggests a time that we meet up, or lets you know that we have successful offers on your property, we're going to ask that you go ahead and pop in there and leave us a testimonial. And when you leave us that 5-star review, just let everybody know why you did that. What was it we did that wowed you? And we do plan to wow you. You know, you're setting this up. You're telling them that you are providing service. And I shouldn't even say we plan. We are providing you with that service. So we're letting them know this early, okay? And so this should be part of the campaign, and as automated and strategic as it possibly can be. That's so funny. I'm getting a text from my older brother right now telling me he loves me. Isn't that sweet? That's amazing. My older brother just randomly texts us, the whole family tells us he loves us. Beautiful, beautiful soul. All right, so an email right out of the gate letting him know that you are going to ask for reviews and the platform that you would prefer is, and you can let him know that. And then what I would do is I would piggyback after that once they leave a review. Now, with Infusionsoft, I don't know about how the other platforms work. With Infusionsoft, it has if this, then that marketing. So what happens is, with Infusionsoft, we can set up a campaign and say, if they click this link, if this happens, then this happens, okay? If they click this link and land on this page, let's just say it's the success page after they leave a review, then send them this email. Well, a follow-up email could then thank them and could also suggest at the bottom, hey, if you're really feeling motivated to tell people about us, and you've got the time, we also have a Yelp page, a Facebook page, a Google Plus page. Feel free to pop over to any of them and leave us a review, okay? I've heard of people offering, I wish I could see all your comments. For some reason, it's not updating fast enough on my computer. I've heard of people offering... I'm reading Dawn's message, and Dawn mentions that people want you to spend a lot of money for advertising and then they remove your reviews. I don't suggest ever paying for, I don't necessarily suggest paying for Yelp or Zillow or any of those specifically. You can gather and collect reviews without that. And could there be a correlation to who advertises on there and how their reviews work? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the politics of all of it. Here's the deal. It's their game. It's their platform. We're at the mercy of their rules and their and they're calling it a game, and whatever else happens, we don't have control over that. So we're just going to have to be willing to allow that. The best thing we could do is come up with how do we gather reviews on our own websites. Can you imagine this? This is what I want. I want a real estate plugin for our WordPress websites that allows us to gather our reviews on our own website. Then it could push out from there maybe somehow. But I want it to gather there first so that we have the control, so that we're the primary receiver of the referrals. I've heard of people say that they offer a $20 Starbucks gift card or something like that for their reviews. And I tried it, didn't seem to do a whole lot for me at the time. What's worked the best for me with any of that, whether it was written letters, back in the old school, it was all written letters. And we actually had a binder, a 3-ring binder, a big black portfolio, and when we went out on our appointments for our catering company, we would flip through and show them all the great things, and then there was these testimonial letters in the back. We just had hundreds and stacks of those things, right? Those were easier because people would sit down at the table and fill them out for us. We prepared them. Hey, when you come by, we'll give you a pen and paper. We just want you to give us a quick testimonial. That type of thing was much easier. So set it up, automate it. I do think it's a great idea to put yourself on video, like I'm doing right here with Facebook Live. Now, this is simple, and if you're not doing Facebook Live, if you're not doing video, you're really missing an opportunity. It's 2017. We are in a digital visual age. People want to see us and hear us and relate to us, and that is what Facebook Live has given us. So why not go on Facebook Live? Okay, do your hair and makeup, or guys you might want to do hair and makeup too. Put yourself in the best situation you possibly can to succeed, and make a Facebook Live video saying, hey everybody, Happy New Year, it's 2017. On behalf of Lori Ballen and Associates, your local real estate agents, I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for all of the business that we were able to do in 2016, and it was because of you. It was because of your business, and it was because of you telling your friends and family about us, and we appreciate your trust so much. Now, what we're asking for is a minute of your time, a couple minutes of your time. We have discovered that reviews on our review channels are not only fantastic for trust and authority, but they're actually driving search engine optimization, which means we can rank higher on the search engines, attract more business, and do more business because we have more reviews. So if you've got the opportunity and the time, right here in this video, there's a link, and just click it and head on over there and leave us a review. And when you leave that 5-star review, just let everybody know why you left it for us, and what it was that we did for you, and how we wowed you during this time, okay? That's not so hard. I mean, that was completely winged. So you could have a script, you could have whatever, and make that, and send that out. Maybe you're using BombBomb, and you could do video series where during the transaction, one automatically sends out with you on video greeting them and thanking them for choosing you, and that you would love their review at any time on one of the links below. And then have another one go out maybe when they're in escrow. So maybe you have phases that say, okay, this one I'm going to do at the time of meeting the client, an introduction type thing. We mail out cards too. We do an intro on cards that greets them and tells them who the members are of the team and who they're going to be dealing with. So maybe it's something that happens at that time. And then maybe when they actually are maybe they go into escrow on an offer as a buyer, or maybe they're actually now have sold the home. Guys, you know the best time to get a review? If you have a listing, it's when you have an accepted offer and you're going into escrow. Nothing can go wrong yet. Nothing has gone wrong yet. You have provided exemplary service. You've done this amazing job. They're happy. They're excited. Get the review then when they go into escrow, okay? And instead of waiting for that stressful period when they're dealing with inspections and due diligence and coming up with money and all those things that happens during that phase, or worse, what happens when the buyer falls out and you have a listing, right? What happens when you're the buyer and something goes wrong with qualifications? You're never getting a testimonial. You're never going to get a review if it doesn't go anywhere, okay? Another suggestion I think we should be doing is we should be asking real estate agents that send us referrals, and you're going to be seeing some of this from me this year through Infusionsoft. We should be asking them to leave us reviews. So last year, I have to look at my chart, but I think it was like 30-something closed referrals from real estate agents last year to my team here in Vegas and Reno. We closed some in Reno as well. So what I want to do is grow that, of course. I believe we could do 100 transactions just on referrals from real estate agents with the connections that we have. We just have to be more diligent and purposeful about it. So what I want to see now is those agents that send us referrals that are happy, that get paid, that experience good communication. I want them now to go on and leave a testimonial, because don't we all know that same thing with people going to Zillow reviews? Don't we all know that in all the social groups, when anybody says, hey, I need a real estate agent for Las Vegas, I need a real estate agent for San Diego, for Phoenix, for whatever it is, you see that people pop up with all these names and that agent chooses somebody off that list, okay? You know, it might be Vegas and there might be 10 of us that are mentioned. There's a lot of agents in Las Vegas, but there's a small number that get most of those referrals. And they're going to choose one of us off that list. And it could be whoever was mentioned the most. It could be what was sent privately, you know. Use this person, don't use this person. All that stuff happens in there. But what a great way to gather reviews as well. I'm just reading your little, if there's any other little comments on there right now. All right, well, I think that's the gist of it. We did a 30-minute video today. I'm going to remind you guys, there's an SEO video. You guys have got to go over to LoriBallen.com. I'm going to give you a couple directions here. LoriBallen.com, I posted a blog post that I worked my rear off this week. SEO for real estate specifically. So there's a 1-hour video. There's step by step by step. There's local SEO. There's bullet points on what's important, and then I drill down into each thing and talk about more. And I'm going to be spinning off little videos on each one of those. YouTube, if you'll go over to YouTube and subscribe, youtube.com/LoriBallen, LoriBallen. So if you subscribe, it'll notify you every time I put up one of these training videos for you. And I'm on a mission this year to do a lot of these for you, okay? I also have a complete training system at theballenmethod.com that's got videos and tutorials and trainings, and you can dive in there and join us. If you're one of those that likes to attend live, actually have to check in somewhere. We do webinars on Tuesdays, Tech Tuesdays. You can log on and subscribe to that and join us every week and talk to us. We also have at my marketing company hands-on trainings. We have a one-on-one training. So Sabrina, who usually has a waiting list, she will train your admin on how to do digital marketing. Incredible. She will teach them how to do their blogs, where to get the content, how to do more information. I do too. I'm more expensive, but mine is more on coach, on really taking you through the funnels and the SEO and how do we get you ranking, where she's more implementation and I'm more, okay, we got you on the search engines. How do we get you to #1? How do we get you to climb? What else needs to happen, right? Also, if you need a real estate website, guys, now is the time. It's 2017. Get a real estate website, please, that you own. You want to own the domain. You want to own the platform. You want to own the database that's part of that system, so that if you ever make a change to another brokerage, to another team, to just anything, you just want to jazz it up, whatever, you've got that ability to take your website with you. I had to start over when I left Coldwell Banker in 2007, had to completely build from scratch. And then of course I made the big market leader switch, and then that relationship changed with KW, and I went, you know what, I want my own control. I'm building my own WordPress websites. I'm going to power it with the strongest, biggest, baddest IDX I could possibly find, and I want control over this baby. I want to be able to track my leads and see my leads and know what my ROI is. And so I started building real estate websites. Well, after a while, we said, you know what? There's enough demand for this. Let's start building real estate websites for other people. So we now have Ballen Real Estate Websites, which is part of my marketing company at Ballen Brands. And we build you your own real estate website powered by IDX Broker. And coming later this year, we've got some new features that we're going to be adding. But right now is an exciting time to get it because it's very affordable. You buy it, you own it, it's yours, and then we've got some hosting and maintenance packages and recurring content and blogging, and I do your Facebook ads, I can do your pay-per-click ads, all of that good stuff. So this is what I do. I'm a full-time lead generator, just like you guys are. So I lead generate for my businesses, I lead generate for other agents, and of course I'm here in Las Vegas and in Reno, and I would appreciate your real estate referrals here to Lori Ballen and Associates. You can Facebook message me. You can email me and check us out, and I'll come back and make some more videos for you guys, and I'll take a look here at your questions and see if there's anything specifically that needs answered. All right, Happy New Year, you guys. Go out and have a fantastic and super productive year. Bye.